Uh, Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the CMPC Low Water Stain-Free Wood Challenge webinar. I'm Carlos Espejo, project manager of this challenge. Please keep in mind that the webinar is being recorded and it will be posted on the challenge website for future reference. Also, this ensures other potential applicants that couldn't join us today will have access to the information we share. I'm very pleased to acknowledge that we are joining you today from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the First Nation, Inuit, and Métis peoples. In my case, since I'm joining you from Vancouver, I live on the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh Nation original territories. Now, allow me to introduce you to the people involved in this challenge that will participate in today's webinar. From CMPC, they are Sebastian Corton, Innovation Leader, and Gina Cerda, Development and Innovation Leader. From Foresight, we have my colleague Heather Crochetier, Director of Innovation Challenges, and myself. Today, we have up to 1 hour to cover the topics included in the agenda. As you can see, this includes up to 30 minutes for questions at the end. We will talk about the challenge sponsor, CMPC, and Foresight, the delivery partner. We will talk about the challenge, its background, its importance for CMPC, some key dates, the eligibility criteria, and how the application process is going to work. And finally, we will have those up to 30 minutes for questions. Now, Sebastian, project manager of this challenge from CMPC, will tell you a little bit more about their company. Sebastian, please.
Thank you, Carlos. Hello, everyone. I'm Sebastian. As you saw, I'm innovation leader here in CMPC. It's nice to have you all here in this webinar. So CMPC is one of the biggest pulp and paper companies in the world. We have right now 49 industrial plants across 9 countries. And also, if we count the commercial and innovation office, we have presence in 12 different countries around the world, and we reach around 23,000 direct collaborators. So our company has more than 100 years, it's more than 100 years old. It was established in 1920 with the production of papers and cardboards with 1 industrial plant that we have been growing till we reach these 49 industrial plants, right? And today we commercialize our products through our 3 main businesses: pulp on one side, bio-packaging on the other side, and finally Softis, that is the tissue products business unit. So for us, sustainability is not something that we have to do in order to produce, but it's something that is core for what we do. We work for sustainability, and you can see our corporate purpose, that is, we create a natural fiber for a better future, and it is integral to the company ways of doing business and guided actions, our actions and operation towards a sustainable future on a day-to-day basis. So I want you to know that our efforts to reach these ambitious sustainable goals that we have made us the only organization in Latin America that is part of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development.
Thank you, Sebastian. Now that you know more about the challenge sponsor, allow me to introduce you to Foresight. Foresight is Canada's clean tech accelerator. Our main objective is to fuel the transformation to a green economy across the country, with the final goal of helping Canada to be the first net zero economy in the G7. We hope you will join us and our Helix 5 partners, innovators, industry, investors, government, and academia, as we support the growth and commercial impact of clean technologies in Canada and around the world. There is a lot going on in Foresight, but we can divide our activities in basically 5 main areas. Accelerator programs, where we support companies in different stages and sectors to accelerate their technologies, scale up, or commercialize their solutions. As you all know, because that's why you are here, we also run innovation challenges for industry partners, helping them to be the company they aim to. Also, we support companies in capital attraction and also help them to reach international markets. And finally, we connect the different stakeholders in the sector using our Helix 5 model. We are also very proud of our impact. Since 2015, apart from running 57 industry challenges, we have supported over 1,000 companies and accelerated over 500 of them with our acceleration programs. These accelerated companies raised almost 1.5 billion Canadian dollars in capital support, while creating over 7,300 jobs and generating over 439 million in new revenues in the process. Lastly, one major thing that I want to highlight is that for Foresight, it's very important to ensure that the industry demands the technology we promote and accelerate. So that's one of the main reasons to run our innovation challenges, to ensure the innovation is market-driven. If the industry is demanding technology, we ensure that is needed. Having introduced the sponsor and delivery partner, please allow me to introduce the challenge. In this challenge, we seek innovative solutions to fight the blue staining in wood caused by the Ceratocystis Pilífera fungus. Sorry for my Latin pronunciation, while reducing water usage. Presented by CMPC in partnership with Foresight, this challenge offers the winning solution or solutions the potential to co-create a pilot proposal with the CMPC team. Now we will hear from Gina about why the challenge is important to CMPC and which problem are they trying to solve. Gina, please.
Okay, thank you, Carlos. Hello, everyone. I am here in this challenge together with Jose Pablo to answer the question after. Okay, CMPC is decided to be a global industry standard in sustainability by leading the main ESG indicators, embracing some of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. They committed to reach the following objectives. First, prevention and firefighting and restoration, management of water resource and related risks, efficient and effective operation in control of pollution, emission, and effluents, sustainable forest management and certified heritage, conservation, protection, and restoration of ecosystems, and circular bioeconomy model and waste reduction. Okay, so in this opportunity, our focus is the management of water resource and related risks. Okay, next, thank you. So what is the objective or we are looking for? Now we need to prevent the appearance of the blue stain caused by the fungus. Fungus as the what is the name? Ceratocystis Pilífera, mainly, but there are other types too. In radiata pine loss stored in CMPC jars, especially during the summer month. Yeah, we need to reduce or eliminate water use. We need to find alternatives with a competitive price point, and find a solution must not have an impact on CMPC currents, wood, pulp, and paper operation. Okay, what we are currently doing to prevent the appearance of the fungus, we use high water volumes to saturate the logs while they are in the jars. This prevents the formation of the fungus. What we want to do, we are open to the different approaches if they prevent the appearance of the fungus, reduce water use, have a competitive price, and don't require it to modify our process. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you for explaining the challenge, Gina. Now that you all know about the background, main objectives of the challenge, and how CMPC's current process works, let's talk about the key dates. As you can see, the challenge launched on July 4th. Today is 27th, day of the information webinar. The applicants still have, well, it's not a month, it's almost 1 month to submit their applications. The submission window closes on August 25th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. in Chile. After a screening to ensure the completeness and that the solutions align with the challenge objective, we will have an evaluation period by CMPC. Once the evaluation period is completed, Foresight will reach the shortlisted applications by September 7th and schedule pitch press presentations with CMPC on the 13th to the 15th of September. After these pitch sessions, where the applicants will present their technologies directly to CMPC, The winner or winners will be announced by early October. Regarding the eligibility criteria, this challenge is open to all categories of applicants and project collaborators. This includes technology developers, institutions, SMEs, multinational enterprises, and research laboratories. Obviously, it's mandatory that these proposed solutions must align with the challenge topic and must be between TRLs 4 and 9, both included. Also, please note that promising solutions that have not been tested with the Ceratocystis Pilífera fungus might be tested in CMPC's laboratories in Chile. Therefore, if you have promising solutions that might not work for this challenge, despite it has not been tested with this specific fungus, you are very welcome to apply. Regarding the application process, it is fairly straightforward. First of all, candidates will need to register on the competition website. This is necessary to access the application form. After that, they will need to complete the form, and once they submit their application, they will receive a confirmation email with the information they provided to CMPC. Regarding the review process, once we receive the applications, we will have an initial screening to ensure they fulfill the eligibility criteria before we send them to CMPC for review. Then the most promising solutions will be required to present their technologies to CMPC in a pitch session. The most interesting solution or solutions will be selected as winners of the challenges, and they will co-create a pilot proposal with the CMPC team. Finally, I would like to add some tips for the application. These tips are make sure you fulfill the eligibility requirements, because we are going to do an screening to ensure the applicants fulfill them. Don't wait until the deadline to submit your application. This one is fairly important because there is always the risk of unexpected technical problem that could affect the hour you submit the application. We had similar issues in previous challenges. The platform will automatically close at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so please do not wait until the last minute. We recommend to provide data evidence where required to support qualitative descriptions. Please use clear language in the technical description of your technology or project. We strongly recommend to explain successful results of your technology, even if they are at the laboratory level and not in a pilot or not with a direct client, but please explain those successful results, even if they are not directly applicable to the Ceratocystis Pilífera fungus. And finally, please explain the work that you have done to progress your technology to date. Also, keep in mind that for any challenge-related questions, you can contact us at challenges@foresightcac.com. Well, so having explained that, we can begin the Q&A of the session. Please use the chat to submit your questions, and meanwhile, I will start with the question that we already received on the challenge email address. So these questions were, what's the price of the low water blue stain-free wood challenge? Well, technically, this challenge does not have an economic price directly related to it. The challenge winner or winners will co-create a pilot proposal with the CMPC team to potentially implement these new technologies in their yards, but it's not an economic price. What eligibility requirements must I fulfill to participate in the challenge? This challenge is open to all categories of applicants and project collaborators, including technology developers, academic institutions, research laboratories, SMEs, several of them that we previously mentioned in the presentation. The eligibility requirements were highlighted during the presentation. These are: the proposed solution must be unique and aligned with the challenge topic, and the proposed solution must be between technology readiness levels 4 to 9, both included. My solution has not been tested with the Ceratocystis Pilífera fungus, but has promising results with other fungi. Can I apply to the challenge? Yes, a promising solution not tested with this specific fungus might be tested by CMPC in their laboratories in Chile, so it's not an eligibility criterion. Is the entry to the challenge confidential? Yes, entries to the challenge will be confidential. They will be only shared in confidence with the CMPC team for their evaluation. How is my application going to be reviewed? As I previously mentioned, during once you have submitted your application, there will be an initial screening to ensure the eligibility criteria. And after that, we will share that application with the CMPC team to evaluate them. After that, shortlisted or the most promising applications will be requested to present their technologies directly to the CMPC team. And once those presentations happen, we will select the winners of the challenge. Do I have to be based on Canada or in Chile to participate in this challenge? No, this challenge is open to all participants from all over the world. Can the same company submit more than one application? Yes, as long as the solutions proposed in the application are different, a company can submit more than one technology or more than one application to the challenge. So with this, we have answered all the questions that we previously received on the challenge email address. So I will start with the questions received from the webinar attendees. First question, are existing commercialized solutions eligible? Yes, for sure. If you are commercial, you are TRL 9. Well, depending on the criteria, some of them are called 9+, but yeah, totally eligible. What's the problem cost in CMPC cellulosa per ton of pulp produced? I don't know if Jose and Gina can answer this question. Maybe the information is confidential, so I don't know.
No, I think all our chips go to the pulp product. So anything that we add to the logs, it should not be a problem afterwards when we process in our pulp mills.
Yeah, but what's the cost per ton at the moment? Because I mean, we are requesting cost-effective solutions, and I think this question is to put a reference to know how much is a cost-effective solution. I think they are open to increase the price a little bit as long as it reduces the water. So
yep, it should be a cost-effective. Currently, we just have the water, the pumps, but we will change this for something that is more sustainability of the water. But the cost should not be so high. It should be a cost-effective. It's something we will have to look forward.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, Michael, we don't have a reference, but as long as it's not very expensive, we definitely encourage you to apply, because potentially you will pitch your technology to CMPC and discuss the pricing topic. Do you have a list of applications you have tried so far?
We're just starting. We just have been, we had seen some, we're looking to use the same anti-substance that we're currently using with the wood. But we have not looked something more than this.
Okay, perfect. So only water so far. Will CMPC gain access to IP from this challenge? Definitely not. The application will be shared in confidence, and once the winners of the challenge start co-creating that pilot proposition with CMPC, there will be NDAs signed before everything. So yeah, they won't gain access to the IP. Does the fungus attack only the surface of the wood or all the body of the wood? Jose Pablo, I will need your help in this one.
The fungus start mainly subwood. Start with the subwood and start going inside. The hardwood usually don't attack, but it's all the subwood. And in the picture is what looks seen. It's how it attacks.
Okay, so let me go to the specific picture. I believe it's this one, right?
Yeah, you see the small cycle that you have in the center is the hardwood, and then the subwood will be all attacked with the fungus.
Okay, perfect.
It's very representative of what you will find in the logs.
Okay, great. So let me go back to this. Can you tell your current system to treat the problem?
Our system currently is something that we will have to put, because currently we just debar the logs and then we grade by diameter, but we have no system to put anything there. And afterwards, we have in the yard is a sprinkler system. And that is the one that we want to replace with what we're looking for.
Okay.
So if we need to apply something, we need to know the application system to apply anything.
Okay, perfect. So next question, do you recycle any of the water you use today? As far as I know, they recycle part of it, but we have to take into account that one of the main challenges of this, well, the main challenge of this competition is summer. In the summer months, the heat is very significant, and I assume part of the water evaporates, right? Jose Pablo?
Yeah, you're right. The water is recycled, but we have to replace, and sometimes this water gets some contamination, and we want to avoid this kind of stuff too.
Where will the winning solution be tested for the pilot? Well, first of all, technically, we start with a pilot proposal. If that pilot proposal is successful and CMPC agrees to it, the technology will be tested. I assume it will be tested in your yards in South America. I don't know if you have any specific country decided, Gina or Jose Pablo?
It should be tested in our site in Chile.
In Chile, okay, perfect. So next question, can solutions do more than just fungus prevention? For example, rot and insect protection?
Yep.
I mean, just any additional benefit will be positive, I assume. So next question, what is the consequence of doing nothing about this problem?
The degradation by blue stain.
Yeah, and also, as Gina mentioned, CMPC really wants to be a very sustainable company, and water is one of the topics they have identified that they want to improve in that area. So yeah, it's because it's one of their corporate purposes in reality.
Yes, that is the point.
Next question, why do you keep the wood in water? Any reason? It's not they keep the wood in water, they saturate the wood with sprinkles. And the main reason is that the fungi, if the surface of the logs are saturated with water, the fungi will not appear as long as it's saturated, if I am not mistaken. Any other reasons, Jose Pablo?
Yeah, you're right. It keeps the log saturated. And the other thing is that it helps to reduce temperature in the surrounding of the logs. And this helps avoid the fungal development.
Okay, perfect. Next question. What is the estimated cost of blue stain degradation per board of food? I believe we covered something like this, and we decided that we don't have an estimation cost at the moment, right?
It will depend on the wood quality you're processing. Sometimes it could be half price of a blue stain board against a board that don't have any.
Okay. So then, are you able to use your treated waste? Are you able to use your treated wastewater?
Our treated waste afterwards. The thing is that with this system, we want to avoid the use of water. So.
Yeah, I mean, the goal of the challenge is to directly eliminate the use of water or reduce it very significantly. At the moment, the water they are currently using, they use part of it, so they recycle part of the water. Yeah. But obviously, it's not 100%, and that's why they want to reduce the water use, because if they could recycle everything, that will be perfect, but it's not the case. So you would be taking the water you release and reuse it. Yes, I mean, if possible, they will try to reuse as much water as possible. Yeah. What flow of water goes to the sewer? I think he wants to know the amount of water that you are currently not recycling in the process, I assume.
It's almost all recycled.
Yeah, I believe it's not like a water goes directly to the sea, where is evaporation or filtration to the in the yards, the water that is lost.
Yep.
Okay, so we don't have any additional questions at the moment. Let's give a couple of minutes to the attendees just in case we have a last minute question. If not, we can finish the webinar with this. Also mention that, as previously mentioned during the presentation, if you have any additional questions, you can submit them at challenges@foresightcac.com, and we will be very happy to answer them. Yeah, let's give a couple more minutes and then we can finish the webinar at 9:30 Pacific time. Are the logs immersed in water or just sprayed with water? They are sprayed, as far as I know. Yeah, perfect. And have you used any AOP in your trials to date? I'm afraid I don't know what's an AOP. I don't know if Jose or Gina knows it. Have you tried this technology or not?
No.
No. Okay, so any additional question? Does the desired application go on the bark or after the debarking?
Can be both, but depend on the solution or the idea. So we think maybe it's better debarking after debarking.
After debarking, yeah, because maybe the bark will be a barrier against any treatment that we want to use.
Do you spray the whole log or just the ends?
Currently, we're not spraying. We just debark and goes to the yard, and then we put under a sprinkler. In the solution, we will have to look for. If we want to spray, maybe it will be good to spray all of the logs, because sometimes in the end it could enter, if you don't protect the end, maybe it could enter there from there the fungus. But it's something that we need to check.
Okay, perfect. So
maybe one thing that is good to add is that we need protection for around maximum 1 month. Okay, we're trying to consume the logs in 1 month time.
Okay, perfect.
It's not a permanent protection.
Yeah, no, that's definitely good to know. Do you spray the debark logs? So yeah, at the moment you sprinkle the water over the debark logs or over the logs with debark? Or
debarked logs.
Okay.
The logs arrive, we debark, and then send to the yard, and there we sprinkle the logs without bark.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So with this, we can finish the Q&A of the webinar. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for the questions and the interest in this challenge. As previously mentioned, please, if you have any additional questions, please send them to challenges@foresightcac.com. And finally, a reminder about the deadlines. So we have one more question. How much water do you consume at the moment?
I don't have the exact number, Carlos.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, just as previously mentioned, the submission window closes on August 25th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So we are looking forward to see and review your solutions submitted before that day. After that, another reminder is that please make sure that you are available between September 13th and 15th, because if you are selected as a winner as a shortlisted solution for the challenge, you will pitch to CMPC during these 3 days, at any point of those 3 days. Thank you all, and looking forward to see your solutions.